What is going on? My name is Max, and I am here with the independent investor. Still, the same goal of learning and educating more and more about this vast universe that is cryptocurrencies. And we are back right on coinmarketcap.com looking at all of the market caps and prices for the cryptocurrencies ranked at the top. Now, something has changed, and I'm very happy about this change. You might see it on the screen already, and that is Tron at number 6, climbing the ladder to being essentially one of the highest ranked and one of the most popular cryptocurrencies in the altcoin space right now. And it is at 25.8 cents, roughly. And yes, CoinMarketCap is slightly off with its guesstimations of price at any given moment in time. It's understandable. But Tron here, what's really nice to look at is that $16 billion market cap, which has just passed NEM, New Economy Movement, has passed Litecoin, has passed Stellar Lumens. This is just crazy. And this market cap was in no way anywhere near what it is right now. When I, bought in, I thought that the market cap was very good to capitalize on while I had the chance. So I did, and I certainly don't regret that decision. I've been talking to a few other people who got into Tron, and I asked them why. And they, like me, took a look at the website, saw the concept. So that's what we're actually going to do real quick right now to start this video off. We're going to go over the Trons website real quick. This is not the only altcoin that I want to talk about today that is newsworthy or important to me in particular. But I think at this point, Tron is noteworthy. So, as you can see right there, it says a decentralized, trustworthy application. So, off to a good start. They're saying that they can be trustworthy. Now, I'm not saying that you should trust them just because they're saying to be trustworthy, but it's whatever. I also used a bit of instinct in going on this. Used technical analysis, bought at a proper, buy time. It was before it went crazy parabolic or anything like that. I've been talking to more and more people about, getting in like earlier. I'm slowly starting to understand, how to make my buy points happen earlier so I can get more 50x coins rather than 5x coins. I do a bit of, trading with the coins, but not as much as I buy and hold. I, have been an investor for 7 years now, and buy and hold strategies with very well researched companies worked with me in the stock market, and so far is paying off here in the crypto world. Who would have thought doing actual research and really learning about what companies you want to invest in before you actually do invest in it, So that is what I'm going to do here today. As you see up here, there's the white paper, but they give a pretty lengthy description here. And this is what I wanted to bring you guys to right here. Here are their plan, like goals, like numbered. So the first piece of it is all about data liberation. So people can upload, and this is very, gamer centric, it's just to people that want to be creators and distributors of gaming content and gaming technology. A lot of this is getting into the AI realm and where gaming is going to. I'm not the biggest in, gaming engineering. I do have friends that, know a lot more about this than me. And I asked, just to see like how the industry is doing. Like I play video games, but I didn't know that this was such a huge, like remarkably like exponentially improving industry, like on a yearly basis. All these gaming companies, so honed in on, trying to be the first to implement AI and all these, higher advanced technologies that make the game more seamless, more crisp. So this is a mechanism of upload, storage, and distribution. Tron will provide users with a completely free and reliable platform for data publication, storage, and dissemination. So essentially what I just laid out. So let's move on to this second piece right here, the Odyssey section. This is talking about content empowerment. It's essentially trying to make blockchain economy. I mean, blockchain does in and of itself, make it a piece of an economy. Like each cryptocurrency based on blockchain technology, started with an initial coin offering. This is kind of what they've gotten themselves into. They're their own, piece of the market. It's like the stock market where you have a multitude of stocks, options and futures that you can buy into or sell. And this is just taking that to the crypto world. It says it's trying to create a fully competitive economic mechanism with fair returns for content creation, distribution, and dissemination. So essentially what people are trying to do in this industry that they're in. So this is really just based on consumers liking it and, continuing to buy into it. So this is called the Great Voyage, and it's talking about their ICO, their initial coin offering, which was personal, I guess. I don't really understand why that makes it this makes it different. It solves three issues: income measurement, dividend payment, and management of supporters, and achieves significant transformation from the fan economy to the fan finance. Now, I have a bit of experience in looking into the fan economy, fan finance in the crypto world. The majority of that sector is made up of cryptos like FUN, MANA, which is Decentraland. And those are kind of gambling sites in the crypto world. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's correlated. Maybe it's just because people are getting behind it in such huge numbers. If anybody knows more about that than me, please let me know. Moving on. So this is called Apollo, the free movement of value, decentralized token trading exclusively for individuals. Well, that's the entire concept of the cryptocurrency, movement. Well, not the entire. I know there's been some talk about Ripple, being a bit centralized, but for the most part, cryptocurrencies have been very based on blockchain technology, very decentralized. It's different. And so they are essentially saying that they're going to allow, this value, this content that people are creating to move around seamlessly in this decentralized trading platform. Later on, it says property rights and risks of the system could be freely traded and exchanged, thus increasing the economic vitality of the whole system in geometric multiples. Geez, these guys really know how to use synonyms well. Okay, let's move on. Star Trek. This is what I like the best. The traffic monetizing, more because it's called Star Trek. I'm a bit of a Trekkie myself. The size of the global gaming market in 2014 exceeded $450 billion. I did not know that before looking at this site. And this content platform essentially makes it possible to build an online gaming platform for decentralization. And however that manifests itself in the gaming, in the digital world, I think that that can only mean a level of innovation. Based on what they are proposing, it seems that there's a bit of a problem with the decentralized market for people who have the expertise, in creating video games and, that type of stuff. like computer engineers, gaming engineers, that whole, line of work. It's actually a very high paying industry. So it's nice to see that this is making a big splash in the crypto world. And finally, traffic conversion. And it's pretty self-explanatory for itself. Since it's going to be decentralized, and they're going to want to connect it with the consumer of not necessarily the consumer of the Tron platform, but the consumer of the people who are using the Tron platform. So this is going to be achieving crowdfunding for game development and makes it possible for common investors to invest in games. I like that. You see, they have a lot of like weird terminology. It's not like they're grammatically incorrect or anything, so I know this is legit, but at least their points are simple. They have simple goals. And anyway, that's their plan. This is their CEO, this is their stuff. And this is where it's at. And I'm proud of Tron. They're doing me good, so I like it. But that's enough for Tron. It's went up a lot. So if we go back to CoinMarketCap, there's something great happening. Something absolutely wonderful. Okay. I saw this earlier that Raiblocks has gone up 31% again. Now, Raiblocks, I'm seeing more and more people tell me that the technology behind Raiblocks is legitimate. So we are going to take a look at it. As I said in my video yesterday, it has a max supply. So we know that this is going to be something that people are going to eventually look at, and they're like, oh, wow, there's not going to be any more, circulating into the market after that point. I mean, this is, a limited coin, and limited coins obviously have more potential to, gain value than coins that are unlimited in potential supply. Let's say there's a coin like Ripple. A lot of people are like, oh, Ripple's so cheap, but Ripple has a max supply of 100 trillion, not 100 trillion, 100 billion. It kind of reminds me of Bitcoin, which has a very low max supply, has a max supply of 21 point something million coins. That's how that's how when I first saw Bitcoin and I saw that I had a max supply that low, I told myself, I was like, man, this is gonna go up in droves. That's what I see these max supply cryptocurrencies doing in the future. If they are backed by suitable technology and suitable innovation, then the market won't kick them out. And if they have a max supply, then people are going to treat it as a limited commodity, basically. Gold is limited, even though we mine more gold each year. It is essentially closer to a system of trading gold when you have a cryptocurrency with a max supply than it is when you don't have a max supply. Now, that being said, there are cryptocurrencies that I'm invested in that don't have a max supply. So clearly, I'm not saying that all of your cryptocurrencies that you invest in should have a max supply. But I'll give you an example. If we go back to CoinMarketCap, Ethereum is the best example I could give. I love Ethereum. Ethereum is like the greatest thing I ever did. And it has a circulating supply. It doesn't have a total supply. It has a massive market cap, and there's no max supply. So Ethereum is a platform on which plenty of other EMC-20 tokens are able to operate on. And the EMC-20, they're just types of tokens. If you look it up, there's a whole list, a whole bevy of tokens and coins that run on the Ethereum network, and you can instantly trade from Ethereum to them, depending on what platform you use, very easily. And this is just one, and I'm a bigger believer in Ethereum than anything else. I think Ethereum is going to pass Bitcoin eventually because it has better technology. It doesn't have the advantage of having a max supply, so it's not going to have the same graphs, the same insane parabolic like changes as Bitcoin, but it's still going to be very it's going to move up a lot. It's going to move a lot. It's still like just as volatile as any normal cryptocurrency. I must say that I am very happy with what's going on in the market right now. Now, obviously, the altcoin market is not going to be going up like this forever. So what will happen in the meantime? Well, as you can see, Bitcoin is climbing in price steadily but surely. A new trend has been made, as I showed on my video yesterday. We'll look at Bitcoin in a second on Coinigy. Bitcoin, when it goes up, and if there's one thing that I've learned over the last year, following Bitcoin, that when Bitcoin goes up, in big numbers, the altcoins tend to like lag behind. Everything turns red. People get fear. People who are in the altcoin market, I mean, because everything turns red, and then they decide, oh, I'm going to sell out of fear. You would see that on average, when Bitcoin would go up, that these altcoins were more level. They would stay close to the mean, rather than continue to have massive volatility like this. Like, look at Tron today. It says the 24-hour change is 100% 0.28. That's crazy. It's hysterical. Like, these numbers are ridiculous. Like, I just don't see this happening when Bitcoin is on its way up in huge numbers. I do believe in Ethereum when Bitcoin goes up. Ethereum is known for making movements when Bitcoin does. So is Litecoin, because they were on the OG Coinbase, system, and now they got Bitcoin Cash. They're thinking of putting Neo on there. Oh, that'd be interesting. That'd be really cool if Coinbase adopted these altcoins, because Coinbase has a lot of influence over the entry-level crypto investor. So that'd be very interesting if Neo went on there. There are still plenty of places in the world that discourage cryptocurrency holding and use. I just had a conversation with my mom, who said that she had to sign an agreement when she was doing a deal with the bank that basically she had to sign that she wasn't accepting any Bitcoin. The banks are scared. This is all scary stuff for them. I don't know if you guys remember back a few months ago, this dude from JP Morgan, I don't even remember bro's name, some dude, but people knew him. And he had influence. He basically said, oh, Bitcoin's bound to crash. Bitcoin like cuts in a third. So it cuts a third of its value. JP Morgan buys in. It goes right back up to normal, and people realize what happened, and it goes up another 500. This was back when it was in the 3,000s from 4,000s before it, went crazy, went over 10K and all that. But yeah, it's interesting, all that goes on behind the scenes. I do more of a focus on the history of our money system in the US and fiat currencies all over the world, like what they are based on truly. I do look into that history and why cryptocurrencies now are a good way to, stray from these old ways of doing, of holding your currency in, really. So I'll leave the link to that down below. It's just theindependentinvestor.com. That is free. It's a document. It downloads immediately, and you can, get up to date on the Federal Reserve and the situation with the US dollar and why crypto has come in. And it also gives you all of my recommendations for wallets and exchanges in crypto, starting out, all you need to know. So it's kind of one of those as well. It's the beginner's guide, what it's called. So you can check that out in the description. But that's basically all I wanted to discuss here. Let's end this little episode right here with some discussion on Coinigy. This is my preferred chart. I dig it very much. So now, sure, there we go. That's the one thing I don't like about this platform. And there's all this to go through. So Bitcoin is on the rise. It's been on the rise since, the end of the year, since the 30th, really. That was a great time to buy, obviously. And it's made 2 new highs ever since. It made a high here on the 2nd, and it made a high here on the 31st. And it's clearly got the lows going in a higher direction, a pretty big move upward, trying to level itself at 15,000. And I'm just expecting Bitcoin to go up from here. Maybe not immediately. It seems like it's pretty stagnant at the moment. I think within the next week or two, Bitcoin is gonna be seeing some heights it hasn't seen in a little bit of time. So I'm excited about that. And like I said in the beginning of the video, when Bitcoin does well, it puts fear into the altcoin market, then we'll see altcoins have, a little bit more stagnation. And I will be there to clean up after cryptocurrencies that have dropped too far and have become value bets. The way I judge a cryptocurrency's value is based on its technical analysis, its market cap, and if I have enough money at the time. That last one's more of a joke. I still do plenty of research when I don't have extraneous funds to throw in at a given moment in time. It does make it so I get annoyed when, there's an opportunity and I can't capitalize, but, we live with what we have. And right now I have put myself in a very good position in crypto, in my own personal opinion. And that is what I'm trying to help other people do. I'm excited for Bitcoin to continue going up. Nothing much has changed here. I did want to pull this up. I didn't pull this up in the first video. Not just a red coin here, but Cryptopia. Its charting platform allows for some things that you can't get on other platforms. I do recommend that you check this out. What you can do is you can go here, click on the Fibonacci lines, and you can check that out. You can put in the MACD, so you can check out for divergence if you'd like. I know that's something that a lot of people enjoy doing. I'm not going to do that here. The Fibonacci lines are more my thing. And that's what we're looking at right now. So if we take a look at, the history of red coin, and the history is not that big. At least it's not here. But the history as it pertains to the Fibonacci lines of trends, it starts here, and we are at an interesting junction. We're at a 61.8 retracement level, and I'm wondering if it's going to go down. So the retracement level before it was the 23.6% retracement level, and it stayed down there for the last couple of days, and then went up to its 62% retracement level, and it's having some resistance, just like it did before. But I am not fully convinced that this resistance is going to keep it down, um, for long at least. I think at the least it gets to the 50% retracement level. It retraces that much, and you start to see this move up into a new trend, into new heights. I have a bit of belief in Redcoin because I've heard from plenty of people, that they're invested in it and they're going to stay in it. I haven't really done too much looking into Redcoin, but this is something that a lot of people have put their faith in. And for those who are trying to just ride the wave, and make a lot of money over time, like, this isn't your coin. This is certainly not your coin. This is a coin that goes up $1 and you're like, what? And then it goes back down. Well, not $1. It goes up. I think it's worth a cent, and it's been up to 2 cents and then back down to a cent within like a day. Like, this is a very volatile stock, very big candlesticks, as you can see over Christmas, over here. This is the first time that we saw it surpass its 38.2% retracement level from its beginnings. I know a lot of people that bought in on the 20th, or the 21st, really, because people started to see it go up, made huge moves, then lowered because people wanted to get out. They were like, all right, we're the short-term investors. Those are probably the smartest people, the people that got in early, got out early. But then it continued upward. It broke its 61.8% retracement level. And then, I was looking at this trend and thought to myself, this is bound to have a bit of a bear status for a while, and that's what it did. For the last few days, it's been pretty bare, and I'm thinking about this from a technical analysis standpoint in a very, very condensed manner, like the past 2 weeks, because that's all this gives us, data wise. And like I said before, it got back up past its 1.8% retracement level, and whether it just bounces down off of this retracement level or if it bounces on the 50 retracement level, I don't know. I don't see this going back down to the 38.2% retracement level. Anyway, that's Cryptopia. It allows for these Fibonacci lines and these other charting indicators. I really dig them. It's very easy to implement, and for someone who's new in the space who wants to, see things from a technical analysis standpoint, this gives you help doing it on your own. Anyway, that's all I've got for the day. Actually, I do this a lot. There's one more thing, and I kind of shimmy-dimmied on by it, but Ethereum's over 1,000. Yeah. Anyway, this has been fun. I'll see you in the next video, where the goal will still remain the same, and that is to educate, learn, grow our knowledge of cryptocurrencies, good trading, and good investing techniques, and news on the daily. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.